Good morning, YouTube friends. It is Thursday? Yes, Thursday. Pretty sure it's Thursday. Yeah, it's Thursday. You know, on that last vlog I made, I asked you guys, I was like, man, let's see if we can hit 20,000 subscribers by the weekend, so tomorrow. And it's just Thursday, and we just hit 25,000. Like, officially 1/4 of the way there to the silver play button. I'm blown away. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for sharing the videos, all your support. Like, holy crap, it's pretty rad. I'm going to ship off this box of t-shirts, and after that, all orders will have been fulfilled. The Do More Than Just Breathe shirts are completely sold out. I'll be restocking those as soon as I can. And then we have a couple Cystic Fibrosis badass shirts left over. I think there's like 2 smalls, 3 mediums, and a few larges. So if you want to grab a shirt while they're still in stock, be sure to go to cystic1.com to get one. After I drop off all the packages, taking this guy to go get his nails trimmed, which is always an adventure because he despises it. Amber, why do you hate getting your nails clipped so much? Why you hate it? I know you, and you hate your gentle leader too. Why do you hate everything? You did so good on your nail trim. Do you want a hamburger? Do you want a hamburger? He did way better than he usually does whenever he gets his nails trimmed. I've talked about it before, but when I take him to PetSmart, he turns into a completely different dog. It's just too much like stimulation for him. And so he will not sit still, and he whines and tries to alligator roll and all that. But I just took him to a little shop in the town that I live in, and she did a great job, and Ember only whined a little bit. Although he did get out of the head harness on the table and tried to make an escape for it, but it wasn't too bad. And there wasn't like a bunch of other dogs in there, so I didn't have to deal with him being all dog reactive and barking and snarling and trying to be a badass when he's 100% not. Dude, why are you so stressed right now? We're done. It's over with. You can quit panting now. Are you good? Amber. Hamburgers. We're going to get hamburgers. Yeah. He was just like, Dad, I'm over it. Yeah, today's been ruined. Today started so great and you took me that place and I hate it. I hate it. I hate all of it. Ember, we're gonna get one, alright? But you have to be patient. You have to be a good patient boy. This is what I go through every time that I take him to get a hamburger. He knows where we are. Can I get a number 7 large with a Coke and then 2 hamburgers plain?
Alright, what else?
That'll be it.
Alright, it's gonna be 996 first window.
Alright, thank you. Dude, quit texting and pull up! You're still texting. You didn't even look up from texting while you were pulling up in the drive-thru. In your green Mustang. You automatically know someone's probably gonna be douchey when they drive a Mustang. Sorry to all my Mustang riders here. Or granted, the newer style Mustangs. If you drive like the old school style, no, you're a badass. All hail King Douchebag, the douchiest lord of the land. He just looked back at me. Yeah, I'm talking about you. You're still texting, dude. Like, come on. Okay, sir, can you get back? Like, just a little bit?
Hello.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Doing good.
How's the puppy?
Doing good. Just got his nails trimmed, so he's mad at me.
Oh. Is that what you got to do, hamburgers?
Yep.
Good day.
All right, thank you very much. You too.
Bye, puppy.
Say bye. Ember, you're such a babe magnet. You know that? Student driver. Oh my God, girl, you took that turn so slow. Oh, she's still turning. Sweetheart, oh, you gonna fail. You gonna fail so hard. Oh, you're still out. Oh, she's still in the road. Oh, that poor girl. Sorry. I failed my first time driver's ed, girl. It's okay. Ready to go inside and eat a hamburger? Are you? Huh? What? Gotta rip up the hamburger so it's not super hot whenever he devours it in 3 seconds. You ready? Ready for this? Ready? There you go. Nebula, I got yours. Nebs. Look. Here's your little piece of meat. There you go. Kids have eaten, now Dad can eat. So there's also been some really huge news in the CF world today as far as drugs go. If you guys have watched some of my past videos, you'll know that I'm on a drug called Symdeko. Symdeko is a medication that targets the underlying cause of CF and is made from 2 different compounds, tezacaftor and ivacaftor. And there's a couple of new drugs coming out that are testing a 3rd component to add to that, and they have had absolutely like groundbreaking results from these tests. Yeah, for people with 1 copy of the Delta 508 mutation, which is one of the most common for CF, there was a 13.8% increase in lung function. And for people with double Delta, which is 2 copies, which is what I have, there was an increase by 10%. And that's just absolutely like mind-blowing. Because there's been a couple of these types of drugs that have came out, and it started with Kalydeco and then Orkambi and then Symdeko. And they've worked amazing for the community. It's been very like, one person will have really great results, another person doesn't. And even, I believe the studies for like Orkambi and Symdeko and those drugs, they were still like the maximum like lung function that someone gained, I think was like 3%, 4%. It wasn't anything like amazing. These drugs mainly helped people with CF to not get as many infections. And you know, less infections means less lung scarring, and your lung function isn't gonna go down. And you know, if your lungs aren't super scarred, then the longer you can hold off before transplant, or hopefully never need one. But these new ones right here, like 13, like almost 14% lung, like FEV1 lung increase, a 10%, like, I'm like, for people who don't have CF, I know that maybe like, it may sound small, like 10%, 14% and all that, but that's massive. That is a big enough difference to take someone off the transplant list. That's a big enough difference to take someone off constant supplemental oxygen. Like, those numbers are absolutely insane. And like, it's just crazy how far that science and everything has came as far as, you know, CF goes. And, you know, it always, whenever I read things like this, it always just makes me think, because it's amazing. It's amazing for, you know, the people who are going to benefit from it. It's amazing for the generation of kids who have CF, because, you know, they're not going to have to go through what a lot of us had to go through. And, you know, like, I have a feeling that very soon in the future, CF is going to be something that's very manageable. But it still just, it makes me think of all the people that, you know, have passed away that I know. And it's just, it's a double-edged sword. It's really awesome when the data comes out, and just an amazing thing scientifically and for the disease, but it's also a huge bummer just because you remember the people who didn't make it, who didn't get to see breakthroughs like this. It really makes you appreciate it, but at the same time, it's just kind of like, it makes you wish, you know, it just could have came sooner, in a way. But I mean, it's still amazing. It's gonna do amazing things for the community as a whole. Still gonna do like 24 more weeks of testing, because they have 2 different triple compounds that they're testing right now, and they've both basically looked the same. So they're basically gonna do like 24, 28, I forget which one it was, more weeks of testing to see which compound they're gonna push for FDA approval, and then after FDA approval, it gets a fancy name, and then we'll get into our hands. Let's answer a couple questions here. Carla Anderson asked, I was wondering, do you qualify for a lung transplant? No. Like, how that goes is you really don't start getting evaluated for a lung transplant until your lung functions reach around, like, it differs clinic to clinic, but there's kind of a general range of like 30%, 35% lungs is when I've known of friends that start getting evaluated. And then you get put on the list and you have a score basically of how bad you are. And then obviously when something happens to somebody and there's a donor and you have a match, you know, you get the lungs. But a lung transplant is not a cure for CF. It's it's not a means to an end. You're not suddenly fixed and everything's better. You're trading one problems in for another. So it's not like as soon as you're diagnosed with CF, you start looking for lungs. Like the goal is to try to keep your original lungs as long as you can, hopefully, you know, until you pass away of natural causes is the best case scenario. But yeah, my lungs right now are, as of last visit, we're in like the low 70%, and my baseline usually runs higher. So no, I am far off from needing a lung transplant. Amberuski asked 2-ish questions for you. How long have you played guitar and what made you choose to learn it? I've played guitar since, I think I first picked it up when I was 13, 14, something like that. I'm absolutely trash now because I haven't like played religiously in a long time, but I played in bands all through like the high school years and all that into my like and even past that. Like I think I hardcore played until I was probably like 19 or 20, and then I just kind of put it down. Big thing that kind of killed my interest in playing guitar and why I never like really stuck with it fully was for the longest time, North Carolina didn't have a smoking ban when it came to bars and venues. So pretty much when I would play with my band, I would go in and I always got sick. Like I would play a gig and then I would get sick because I would just be sucking cigarette smoke the entire time I was on stage. And so it was not fun, and that just kind of killed it for me because I was like, man, what if I go on tour and you have these venues that, you know, don't have smoking bans, but a lot of the country has smoking bans now, so it wouldn't be a huge deal, but I just haven't, like I don't have the equipment to play. Like the guitar I was playing in that one video was my brother's, and I have one that I got from Tom Morello from Rage Against the Machine, but I don't have an amp or anything. So I'd love to get back into it and start practicing and start writing songs again. I'm not really interested in being in a band or touring or anything like that, but I like just writing my own music, whether anyone hears it or not. It's just another kind of form of release for me in therapy. Tia Clifford asked, hi, question. How did you get into YouTube and vlogging? Vlogging. I'm gonna just assume you did a typo and it's meant vlogging. If vlogging is a thing, I don't know what it is. Sending love from the UK. Also, we have the same birthday, July 8th, babies for the win. Well, that's awesome. So super happy early birthday. I honestly don't remember. I had a blog for the longest time, which I still do. Like I don't update it anymore, but it's WordPress, and it's Cystic one on there too, if anyone cares to look that up. But I blogged for the longest time, and eventually like YouTube started becoming a big thing, and everyone moved to kind of like vlogging. And I didn't immediately move to vlogging, but I wrote a spoken word piece about CF, which is also on my channel. It's called What is Cystic Fibrosis? And I wrote that spoken word piece, and it was in blog format, and it just took off. Like people were sharing it like wildfire. But there was just a lot in there. Like I felt like I needed to speak that, and like I don't know, it's just weird. And so I made that spoken word piece, and that was really my first thing into YouTube, and when like a big thing that made my channel kind of skyrocket, because Upworthy picked it up and it started getting posted all over the place. And so from there, I posted a little bit more, and then I dropped off for a long time, only posting occasionally. And it really wasn't until I got this camera, my Canon G7X, and this past hospital visit that I really hardcore jumped back into it and kind of found my love for it again. So really it was just a combination of a couple different things. Just really getting tired of blogging. Reese Hansen asked, excited for 5 Feet Apart to come out in theaters. I feel like that's just a given, but yes, I am. I'm super stoked actually. Like it's right around the corner. I'm very excited to see it. I actually, I got an email from CBS Studios, and they offered to give me a private screening at my local theater here for like me, friends, and family. But like I had like 4 people visit me when I was in the hospital. And so my friend group, I have some rad friends, but a lot of my friends live out of state, and you know, they're kind of scattered around everywhere. So trying to get a bunch of people together to come to a tween romance movie about CF when they like, most people won't even come like hang out in the hospital. This is not gonna happen. And you know, everybody works, everybody has different schedules, and it would have had to have happened quick. And so I declined on that just because I'd imagined that it was gonna end up just being me, and I wasn't gonna have the studio waste like their time just setting up a screening just for me. And the thought of sitting in a theater by myself, sobbing, watching a movie just sounds really depressing, like really depressing. So I told him, I was like, thank you guys, but I'm gonna have to turn that down just because it doesn't sound fun. But again, thank you guys so much for this giant push and for getting me to 25,000 subscribers. I'm actually at 25,766 right now, so looking like I'm gonna hit 26,000, which is just insane. You guys are friggin' absolutely awesome. Like I said, I'll be restocking the Do More Than Just Breathe and Cystic Fibrosis Badass shirts as soon as I can. And remember, if you have a channel or any sort of business and needs some amazing eco-friendly t-shirts and merch done, be sure to use Revibe. They are absolutely amazing. CF owned and operated. If you need merch, go through them. They're the best. Thanks for tuning in today, you guys. Be sure to follow me on social media. All my links are down here. Smash that subscribe button. Be sure to hit the bell as well so you get notifications whenever I post something new, because you don't want to miss out on that. And for anyone who didn't see it on the community tab, I have started a public Spotify playlist because you guys are always asking me about what kind of music I like, and I can never think of all the artists I like on the fly because I listen to so many different genres of everything. So the link to the Spotify is in the description, but if for some reason you can't click the link, all you gotta do is search Cystic One in Spotify and you'll be able to find me. There's a picture of me on this playlist. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next vlog. Ember says bye as well, but he's passed out. He's right here. Bye guys. Bye bye. Didn't even move, didn't flinch. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Love you all. See you next time. Later.